Yo, fam! Welcome back to the Gedankenfabrik Thought Factory, where we break down complex stuff into bite-sized pieces, easier to digest than your grandma's secret recipe cookies. Today, we're diving headfirst into the fascinating world of jurisprudence. Sounds intimidating, right? Like something straight out of law school. Don't worry, I got you. Jurisprudence is just a fancy word for philosophy of law. Think of it like this. If the law was a delicious plate of biryani, jurisprudence would be like analyzing the spices, the cooking techniques, and even the cultural significance of each ingredient. So, buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to unpack the different schools of thought about how law works, where it comes from, and why it matters. Let's go. First up, we've got the OG of legal theories, natural law. This school of thought says that law is like gravity, universal and inherent in the fabric of existence. It's not something humans invented. It's something we discover, like fire or that annoying song you can't get out of your head. Think of it like this. Even without written rules, wouldn't we all agree that killing someone is wrong? That's natural law whispering in your ear. Natural law peeps believe in inherent rights and wrongs, regardless of what any king, queen, or president says. Next up, we've got the cool kids on the block, the legal positivists. These folks are all about, if it ain't written down, it ain't law. They believe that law is a social construct, created and enforced by humans. Think of it like traffic laws. There's no universal law of nature that says you have to stop at a red light. But we do it anyway because society agreed on these rules to keep things running smoothly, or at least prevent total vehicular chaos. Alright, so let's dive into the historical school of law. This school of thought emphasizes that law is a product of historical development. You see, it believes that laws evolve over time, shaped by social, economic, and political conditions. Essentially, it's like looking at law as a living organism that grows and changes with society. Fascinating, right? Now, let's talk about how law is more connected than your Insta feed. Yeah, you heard that right. Law isn't an isolated entity, it's deeply intertwined with various aspects of society. From culture to politics and even economics, law reflects and influences everything around us. It's like the ultimate social network, constantly interacting and evolving. Pretty cool, huh? Moving on, let's keep it real with the realist school of law. This approach is all about understanding law in action, not just in theory. Realists believe that the law should be studied as it is applied in the real world, considering the practical effects and outcomes. It's less about the written rules and more about how those rules are actually enforced and interpreted. So, it's like getting the behind-the-scenes scoop on how law really works. Finally, let's talk about the similarities and differences between these schools of thought. Each approach offers a unique perspective on what law is and how it functions. They all have their strengths and weaknesses, and that's what makes studying them so interesting. So let's debate. Which school of thought resonates most with you, and why? It's a conversation worth having, don't you think?